Member for Kelowna Mission.
Thank you so much, Honourable Speaker. Well, I rise today to support the motion put forward by my colleague from Surrey White Rock. He pointed out how, for 7 years, the NDP government has failed British Columbians in addressing the cost of living crisis. A cost of living crisis means families and children suffer. And the sad state of childcare in BC after 7 years of mismanagement by this government shows us yet another cornerstone of affordability that they've neglected. Since taking power in 2017, the NDP government has promised affordable, accessible childcare for every family. In fact, the slogan was universal $10 a day daycare. But 7 years later, the reality is starkly different. Since 2019, the number of children in childcare has decreased by 10,600. I have met with and continue to meet with families, parents, grandparents in Kelowna Mission who are feeling the impact of this decline, with too many unable to find suitable childcare options. It's no surprise to hear from my colleague that record amounts of British Columbians are leaving, as how under this government living here only gets tougher. Honourable Speaker, the representative for Children and Youth has highlighted that virtually all BC families struggle to find childcare, especially those with children who have disabilities. Since this government loves to go back in time instead of focusing on today and the future, here's a reminder. In 2019, 46.5% of families reported difficulty finding childcare. In 2023, this soared to just under 60%. Are these worse results that showcase the government's incompetence that they're so proud of? Despite promising $10 a day childcare for everyone, less than 10% of all of the spaces that people have today are available at this rate. It's like winning the lottery. The Early Childhood Educators of BC reported that 75% of children in BC don't have access to a licensed childcare program. In fact, UBC researchers found that only 17 low-income single mothers could access the advertised $10 a day childcare spots after 6 months of attempting to interview eligible participants. It is becoming increasingly evident that this government will say anything, absolutely anything, to grab votes, yet do nothing about it once in power. It's not just in Kelowna that's facing this NDP government's unprecedented childcare and cost of living crisis. The NDP paid the City of Vancouver $33 million for childcare spaces, and even then, the city remains short of 15,000 spaces. Rampant spending and no results continue to be a recurring theme. Meanwhile, in my community of Kelowna Mission, the NDP's lack of investment in childcare infrastructure has left families without access to affordable care, and working families are struggling. Despite its rapid growth, as we heard from the member previous, Langley Township has lost over 600 childcare spaces in the last 4 years, while the child population has increased by 1,000. Honourable Speaker, the numbers don't lie. 64% of young children live in childcare deserts across BC where there aren't enough spaces to meet demand. The government's failure to deliver on its childcare promises has created a childcare crisis, leaving parents desperate and children without the care that they need. While this government may be happy with its efforts to make life in BC worse, the BC United Caucus is ready, has a track record, and has bold ideas that will deliver real results. Our plans not only make life more affordable for all British Columbians, but also ensure that every family has access to high-quality, affordable childcare. We will build a British Columbia where the recruitment and retention of early childhood educators with better wages and training opportunities is a reality, not just a promise. Where living, working, and playing here is not only for NDP friends and bureaucrats, but for all to afford. Honourable Speaker, the NDP government has neglected families for 7 years, leaving parents in despair and children without adequate care. This government has failed families by promising one thing and delivering another. This pattern of neglect must not continue. Instead, we will commit to building a province where no family is left behind. My community and I are proud to support this motion because, united, we will fix it. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.